You have done a film like Prakton or Posto or Hami, a film like that, and if you create your own identity, then nobody will question you. It is impossible to create a position within the film industry where monopoly exists.
I cannot have my actors put on so much weight. You have to reduce, you have to reduce. I'm not taking you for my film.
Hello everyone, welcome to Indulge podcast. Today we have with us two of the most popular filmmakers from the Bengali film industry, Shiboprosad and Nandita Roy, who will take us through their puja release Bohurupi, the very anticipated, much anticipated film for which the Bengali audience is waiting with bated breath. So without wasting much time, we would start this chat with Shibu and Nandita, as they're lovingly called by the audience here. Hi Shibu, hi Nandita.
Hi.
So tell us about this very, very anticipated film called Bohurupi. কেমন লাগছে তোমাদের, মানে ট্রেলারটা তো, the trailer is very promising as I'm seeing, and it's a chase story as it seems from the look of the trailer. What do you have to say?
It is a very interesting story. I can say that it is one of the most entertaining films you'll ever see.
Really, I mean, and it's also being, projected as Bengal's first Bengali chase story. What do you mean by chase story? If you
This
could
is
tell
like,
us.
action chase drama. This is like Doom, like Catch Me If You Can, these kind of movies. Where
So
you have,
it has a financial scam in it, and where we are seeing Shibu in the eponymous role of Bohurupi, who is playing the scamster. So from a very loving, doting father in Hami, we will be seeing an avatar of Shibu, who is a scamster on screen.
that nobody can believe that I can
Exactly,
be a bank
exactly.
record.
So tell us about like how were you interested in this character, and why you thought of, instead of only directing, you should act in this role. If you could take us.
So if you tell me that I've never thought in my lifetime that I can do this role, because when we conceived this film and this idea, then immediately after conceiving that, I asked Didi that you must take, because this is an out and out commercial film, the scale and everything is so huge. So I said that I'm not a commercial star, you should choose.
Says who has given the biggest blockbuster, Hami.
But still, I'm not a so-called bracketed the commercial star. So I said that you should look for, I'm giving you, so many examples. I'm giving you so many choices.
So who
you
were the
should take-
choices?
No,
if
I
you
can't.
could tell
I
us?
can't tell that. So I said
Okay.
that these are the actors you can tell. At least you can have a, at least a proper commercial face. He said, no, I don't want.
So it was Didi who insisted on Shibu.
Nandita.
Absolutely. From
Why Didi?
the moment I started writing the screenplay of this film, I had to have a face in front of me so that I could write. It becomes easier when you have a face
Right.
defining my character, the one that I'm writing. So when I was writing the role, I could only see Shibu's face, no one else's.
Oh,
So-
that's a huge compliment coming from Didi, that she could see only your face. But tell us, while preparing for the role, I'm seeing a very different Shiboprosad on screen. I mean, not the sweet, chubby, cute, doting father or a lover or a husband. It's not none of that. Of course, you play a husband, but your main role, there's a rebel inside the scamster. It's not a plain scamster chase story. What I find is that like any other films of yours, it has a social message, it has a social undertone, and it shows certain realities like all your movies. So tell us, how did you develop this role, and where does this role come from?
See, this is based on real character. There is one, when we were doing this film called Muktodhara.
Right.
The film was based on West Bengal Correctional Home and Culture Therapy.
Right.
During that period, we met another person who was one Bengal's #1 bank robber and bank
Okay.
dacoit. So he came and
So
he
the
said that
seeds were germinated then.
Yes.
Okay.
12 years.
Oh my God.
So it took almost 12 years to complete the whole film. I mean, the idea, the script and everything. Then that person told me that, Dada, you have to make a film. I mean, just listen to my story. I mean, this is far more, exciting than Nigel's story.
Okay.
Far more exciting than what is there in Muktadhara. I am telling you my story.
Oh my God, he was that smart to come
Yeah,
and
I
present
said
his
that,
story there.
but just listen to my story.
Right.
I said, okay, that within 5 years, he robbed 27 banks. And the police police headquarter of Bengal, they used to call him A class, the number one.
Number one.
So I said, okay. So then, Nandita Di actually, after listening to his story, Nandita Di said that, Shibu, now, okay, fine, this is his story. But if you meet him ever, if you ever meet him, you will never find that he's not a so-called, the idea of that, robust bank robber or something. He's
Right.
he's a very simple
A
person.
normal,
So
simple.
that was the main idea, that said, Didi said, Shibu, if I take a hero kind of a thing, then within a bank, if that person enters, then people can identify that person.
Right, right.
Then
Larger
if-
than life.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if
you
you're a
Superman
normal,
or a Spider-Man.
so if you're a normal person,
Right.
normal human being, within the bank, he comes and nobody can understand, boss. He will rob a bank. This is impossible.
Right. That
This is
kind of
exactly
that kind of an image that
This is
person, a
exactly what
personality.
Koshani is telling in the trailer,
Right.
that এই করবে ব্যাংক, এই করবে যে নিজের ব্যাগ সামলাতে পারে না, এই করবে ব্যাংক ডাকাতি,
Right.
তো দেখবি দুদিনেই পুলিশের কাছে সান্ডিং হয়ে যাবে. So that's the Koshani's dialogue.
Right.
So that was the idea. So
Right.
people conceive my image, that they think that I am a next door person. I am a common man. So rightly said that
And
in
very good man.
yeah, it's a good.
Image is that of a very
Yeah.
good man.
So it's a good man. I mean, he can't be a bank robber. इसमें कुछ तो कहानी है.
Right.
So that
right.
kind of
So
thing.
Nandita Di, how much did you stick to the original story of the man, and how much would we see get the plot getting fictionalized, or has the other characters cropped in and the main character and his story remains unchanged?
See, I didn't want to make a documentary on him.
Right.
So it had to be a fiction. So when you make a fiction film, there are a lot of things you have to put into the story, to make it a film story that you can film, that will make it cinema. So to do that, I had to add a lot of characters. I had to add a lot of story behind the characters.
But the narrative remains true to the man's.
Yes, of course it does.
Right.
That he was a bank robber, that there was a police who was always after him,
Right.
and
The main narrative remains.
the main narrative remains is the same.
true
The
to
police family.
events.
The police family, all that. I had a lot of inputs from the real people around. I mean, who
Okay.
told me
So
this.
you did all this research for 20
Yes,
The
of
police
course.
is real. The bank robber is real. They exist.
Okay.
They still
So
exist.
is he still serving term in jail?
No.
No.
He's out
No.
and he's.
So are we expecting him during the premiere? Are we?
Let's keep that as a surprise.
I know that means we are. So as we see many of the real characters from your film, how the real ones come in front of us during the premiere. I'm sure he's also going to come. But so tell us, how many sessions you had to have with this man to get into the groove of the character?
Oh, plenty.
Plenty.
Plenty across the time.
Because the funniest part of this person was he used to make up stories. So he fantasizes a lot and he says some wild stories also.
Okay.
Oh yes, he loves doing that. I did this and I did that, and
Just to turn himself
he
into
glorifies
hero kind of
himself a
thing.
lot.
Right.
नहीं,
right.
to make his story much more, filmy.
Appealing.
So,
So he was a script writer.
so what happened one day, I told him that, boss, आपने ये ना पिछली बार जो story था इसका तो अलग हो गया. He said, oh really? I said, क्या कर रहे हैं
Oh
यार?
God, maybe he
What
can
are you
work as a
doing?
script writer for you guys.
She said, oh अच्छा. Then he told me, Dada, the Lal Bazaar never grilled me so much the way you are grilling me. Every
Oh.
single day you are calling me, नहीं, आपने वो वाला जो कहानी बोला था वो ऐसा बोला था, अभी क्यों बोल रहे हैं? Yes,
Oh
so
God,
it
that
was
was
like that.
fun. So for the rest of the cast, how did you come down to the rest of the cast? We see Abir as the police and Rita Bori, and I think the surprise package is Koshani. I really liked what I watched in the trailer and her act. I think she's a very underutilized actress. I mean, I watched a couple
Absolutely.
of her web series, and I find her a total surprise. You know, and I think you've done a great thing by casting her. So how was it? How do you finalize her?
Actually, Koshani, I'm embarrassed and ashamed to say that I had never seen any of Koshani's work before I met
Me
her.
too. I just saw a web series, and I really found her very impressive. So seeing her in this trailer and doing this amazing job, I'm also feeling great to watch her.
Yes.
So
So when Shibu told me about Koshani, I knew nothing about her. So he said, I want you to meet her, and you first talk to her, and then you decide whether you think she is fit for the role of Jim Lee, the character that she plays in the film.
mhm.
So I said, of course, call her. Then she came, and I met her. And believe me, the moment I saw her, I knew I had found my Jim Lee.
And Rita Ori, of course, worked under your production, but not under your direction. So this was the first time you
First
were
time.
directing her. So how was the experience? How did you
Brilliant.
find
She's
it?
a brilliant actress, I can say. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
I was very upset with her because I kept on telling her, I cannot have my actress put on so much weight. You have to reduce, you have to reduce. I'm not taking you for my film unless you reduce. So that was her challenge to reduce. And I should say that she tried her best.
Mhm.
But by the time the film was all just going to roll, I saw that she's still not reduced, and I was very upset with her. And she said, "Please, please, please, don't put me off. Don't just cancel me."
Just because I've put on some weight.
She couldn't reduce. She did her best. She tried her best, but there were some issues
Yeah,
why
but
she
good
couldn't
that the
reduce.
progress is happening even in commercial cinema where we are not judging the actresses by their weight or how curvy they are or how thin they are. And I
Yeah.
think like that we are breaking the set parameters.
Yeah,
You
she
know,
did Fata Fati, na?
yeah,
Yes, she did Fata
Fati where
But
she was
Fata Fati was
required.
based on a fat girl
Exactly.
or a curvy girl, if I have to be politically correct.
Yes.
But this is, I mean, I'm mainstreamizing curvy heroines in, major roles is a great step. I think you're setting a trend again in Bohurupi by casting, but not.
Yes, then we said, okay, because she said that, Didi, I promise you, you will not be dissatisfied with the role that I will
So
play.
sweet.
I have researched the role, I'm into it, I live it, I dream it, I breathe it. You cannot just let me go just because I couldn't reduce.
So, like it happens in Hami, this time also Shibu has put you in a soup by, acting in the film, and you had to do a lot of more work as
I'm
a
not
director.
the director of this film, I'm telling you. She is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
director.
yeah. Every
She is
time
the
you say
director.
this to, do away with the guilt feeling of putting her in a soup. So, how difficult it was, or how easy was it to handle most of the direction when Shibu was in front of the camera?
It's not difficult at all. It's not difficult at all because both of us are in tune with each other. We know exactly what we
Right.
want. He knows what he is shooting and what I want. So I had no problems whatsoever, and I have a very good team who's always there beside me. My directional team is very, very good at their work, and they're always
Also
there.
the technical team.
My technical team, every one of them,
I'm telling you, one of the best technical team we
worked on
had.
this film.
Right.
My
My
cameraman,
DOP,
my
yes,
Right.
my every one of them, the lightmen,
Right.
everybody
Even
was
the rest
there.
of the cast and the crew.
Yeah.
And so
I
tell us,
mean, it's a long shooting. I mean, it was
how many days
almost
did you
35
take?
days of
35.
shooting.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was really long.
35
And
days
you
of
shot
84
across
locations.
Bengal.
Yes.
84 locations.
Across Bengal.
We shot in Purva Bardhaman. Then we shot in Bohurupi. We shot in Bethua Dahori. Then Taki, Hasnabad, Barakpur.
Yeah, and I think the shoot involved a lot of local populace because it was shot in,
Yes, of
you know,
course.
Because
congested
original
areas
story
and
is
all.
that he robbed banks
across
across
the state
Bengal.
of Bengal.
Right, right, right. So tell us, music has always been a very integral part of any of your films. You know, they have very heart-touching melodies and sonorous songs. So this time also the music seems very catchy and very peppy and very heart-touching also. So if you could take us through the music scape of Bohurupi, how did you?
This is the first time we have collaborated with Bonnie Chakraborty. Bonnie is a very talented music director, and Bonnie has worked for a long associate. He had a long association with Rahman Saab also. He had worked with, collaborated with Rahman Saab also, and he has a group called Oikotan, and Oikotan is very much for a long period. Oikotan was working with the Baul culture and Baul sound scape. So when we chose Bonnie for this film, we from the beginning we knew that we will have a different soundscape. Now we wanted to go to the roots. So what the challenge was to find out the actual Bohurupi singer, the actual Bohurupi, the words, the rap, that sound. So there we found Noni Choradas Baul.
Okay.
He's a he's a rare talent. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his presence. I'm thinking that has created, that has changed the entire soundscape of Bohurupi.
Mm-hmm.
Then Bonnie, then Noni, then we have Anupam also. Then now, normally, if you see that, Anupam's music are, I mean, we know the kind of
Music
music
he creates
he
and
creates.
his genre.
So this time we told Anupam that we want to have a song and you have to create the song for us based on Imon Rag.
Oh wow! So you chose the rag for him and for him to compose out of it.
Exactly. Then we have Shilajit, this particular within this film. Now Shilajit's that particular song will be a surprise that we won't release
That
it.
hasn't been yet
Yeah, yeah.
released.
We will release it after the film release.
He also had
after the film
Ornob.
releases.
Yeah, and especially one song from Ornob. And
Ornob from Bangladesh, the music.
No.
Ornob Dotto, I'm telling you. I don't know whether you remember one song from Rasgulla called Tapur Tupur.
Yes, we do.
See, for 30 weeks, that particular song was number
Top
one.
the chart. Yeah.
So, 2018, that song was the song of the year.
Mm-hmm.
After that, 6 years, nobody contacted him, nobody gave him any film offer. So he left Calcutta. He was there. He is working. I mean, normal job he is doing in Bombay. Then I asked him, will you do this film for us? He said, Dada, again another chance. So this is also a part of, this is another part of the film industry where a young talent, he has proved himself, but nobody offered him any work.
What do you think really, this ails our industry, and we talk about now a lot of talks around threat culture and the huge issues or controversies that are now cropping up around the latest gruesome incident of Arjikor. After that, one after the other, anomalies are and the controversies are popping up in the industry. Why do you think so? Do you think there's a threat culture?
See, that is always there. Always, it was there, and it is there. Definitely is there. So you have to. I mean, this is part of the whole system. It will be there, and it is there not only in the film industry. It is there in the doctor circle. It is there in the. If you go to the corporate structure, you know that. I mean, within the corporate structure, it is there. So it will be there. I mean, there when you have the power people. I mean, who has the power, they will, threat you. That will be there. This is an eternal thing. That will be there.
But as a production house and as filmmakers, how did you navigate your path through all these years? Through this, I'm sure you people have also faced this. How did you survive? What was your survival mantra?
See, if you make a blockbuster film like Bala Sheshe, if you film like say like you have done a film like Prakton or Posto or Hami, a film like that, and if you create your own identity, then nobody will question you, because you know that you now
Your
immediate,
audience's love.
exactly, this is the word. Then the audience is with you. Then you will become the the main power you are getting from the audience. That is there. That has helped us. Otherwise, for a director like us, or for a content creator like us, that we used to do a single film 1 year. So it is impossible to create a position within the film industry where monopoly exists.
Mhm.
So it is very difficult, I'm telling
So
you.
tell us, you people make exciting films, and you people also encourage exciting new directors under your banner to make films. What about the web world? Why are you not out there capturing it?
Oh, we are coming. We are coming. We'll definitely come there.
Where and with what and when? That's
We,
the question. I've been asking you for 1 year now.
we are planning. We are still. We are still planning. So.
Are you writing anything?
Story is
Nandita?
ready. And
Story
Yeah,
is ready.
very
yes.
soon
What
we'll
is it
announce.
around? You
We'll
have to
announce.
give me one breaking. Tell
No,
us.
there'll be a special announcement for that.
Okay, but still, before that, I want a little hint, like the story around. What will be?
There
it
will be
around?
another Bikram there.
Another big from there.
But I won't be a
Okay.
part of that film.
So you're not
with
going
it,
to act.
not no,
So
not
are
as
you
an
going to
actor.
co-direct the series?
Obviously.
So it will be a
Obviously.
multilingual or a Bengali one.
রে,
I'm,
তো
I'm
সবই
just,
জেনে নিচ্ছে কি রে? সব জেনে
I'm
নিচ্ছে।
just asking. It will be multilingual. If you could tell us, just I don't
No,
want any-
Bengali.
It's a Bengali,
Bengali, yeah.
series. Okay, wow. So will it be this year or next year? We'll be seeing
Next year.
Next year.
Next year. So apart from this wonderful surprise series from your house, what are the other films we are going to see from your house?
We have Amar Boss.
Yes.
After 21 years, Rakiji people will see Rakiji.
So Rakhiji and Sravanti. I think it will be a deadly combination.
No, this is huge stuff, good star cast.
If you could take us through that. What's the
Rakiji
star
is
cast?
there, Shravanti is there, Shorosheni is there, Gaurav is there. Then we have
ঐশ্বর্য আছে,
Savitri Chatterjee is
Savitri
there.
Chatterjee is
So what's the
there.
Amar Boss theme is around? A
The
little.
Bohurupi
A little.
No,
One
no,
line
no.
just
Let's
before.
talk about Bohurupi.
Bohurupi.
For Amar Boss,
So
we give
when
you
is it releasing? Next
Christmas.
year?
Christmas.
This Christmas?
Yes.
This Christmas.
Okay, then we are meeting soon for this.
Very soon.
And if you could tell us what will be the takeaway from Bohurupi for the audience, this pujas?
Entertainment, entertainment, entertainment.
You, Didi?
I'd say the same thing. Entertainment, entertainment, and entertainment.
Thank you so much. And any special message for puja for our audience?
নমস্কার, আমি শিবপ্রসাদ মুখোপাধ্যায়। এই পুজো আপনাদের পরিবারের সঙ্গে আপনারা ভালো কাটান, সুখে কাটান, ভালো থাকবেন, আর বাংলা সিনেমা দেখবেন। বাংলা সিনেমা 3টি বাংলা সিনেমা রিলিজ করছে। এবারের পুজো বোধহয় একদিন কম আছে, তাই 3 দিন পড়বে। তো 3 দিনে 3টে বাংলা সিনেমা দেখবেন। আর যদি দেখেন কোনো একটা সিনেমা ভালো লেগেছে, মানে সেটা যদি বহুরূপী হয়, তাহলে বহুরূপী 2 আর 3 বার দেখবেন, ভালো লাগবে।
Thank you so much, Nandita and Shibu, for the beautiful chat that I had with you guys. All the best.
It was
for
a
the-
pleasure. Thank you.